Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks podcast. And what was that? That was a very good win. That was an interesting game for Manchester United. This Manchester United defeated Liverpool 3-2 and basically did a league double against Liverpool for the first time in more than 10 years. That was an absolute stunner of a game. Um, and what I'm going to say is basically that this is kind of like a results based contest with regards to Michael Carrick had to do the job and basically job done. Michael Carrick had to take United to the Champions League and that is done. Champions League is secured and we are like mathematically by every means necessary, you know, in the Champions League places, basically. Yeah, finishing third and all of that, we cannot go below where we are right now. 6 points ahead of Liverpool, basically 13 points or 10 points or thereabout ahead of Chelsea, who will play tomorrow. Just looking quickly at the table, Man United are on 64 points, 6 points ahead of Liverpool, 158th, and Chelsea are ninth in 48. So basically, just maybe 16 points ahead of Chelsea, barring their last game. Now, their next game, Aston Villa obviously losing to Spurs successfully granted Spurs the opportunity to, um, you know, um, climb up the table, right? So, yeah, the people that are in sixth and seventh, Bournemouth and Brentford, are basically in 52 and 51 points, respectively, and anything that happens after that. Brentford plays against Manchester City, and in their next game, Bournemouth play against Fulham, who are basically in 10th. So, yeah, that was a good game. And for what we needed, that game just kind of delivered it, right? The game kind of delivered it. So, yeah, we started with St. Lomans in net and Dalo, Maguire, and Evan, as well as Luke Shaw in left back. And then Casemiro and Mainoo in the midfield. And then you had a Brandon Bumo, Bruno Fernandes, and Cunha and Sesko. And that was not the lineup I predicted. But when I saw that line, was it? Yeah, it was not the lineup I predicted. I think I put Ahmad in Cunha's position. But when I saw that lineup, I was like, yeah, I was confirmed. I confirmed that that lineup was pretty decent. Like when it comes to the strongest lineup we can ever put up, because the bench just literally had Ahmad Dogu, Xerxes, Euro. I mean, most of the guys are back, barring the leaked. Altaban there, Nuzai Majrawi, Tyro Malasia, Manuel Ugarte, and Mason Mount. So basically, we had, these players available, but we couldn't bring them on, or well, some of them on. So it was a good game. Started really quickly. Someone asked me my prediction for this game, and I said, "Oh, there's going to be a flurry of goals in the first half, and we're going to have goals from we're gonna have goals from Cunha and Sesko." And actually, it happened the way it was. It was supposed to, but I predicted a 2-1 win. And basically, Sesko and Cunha scored early. Um, and you could tell basically that was. That we came out strong. I mean, this is the first time in many games that we've had a really good game where we've come out strong, we've come out quick and firing and all of that. Just looking at the details, basically just to give you some details, and then to kind of just give you um stats to wrap it. And I mean, we'll give you the details and then the stats to wrap it up. Obviously, Man United obviously have secured UEFA Champions League next season, and that means more money after that 3-0, 3-2 win at Liverpool. I mean, over Liverpool at Old Trafford. I've seen Liverpool fans online just getting really, really annoyed and sad, and but results elsewhere as well meant that Man United just needed 1 point. Before now, I think we needed 3 points. I said that in my preview. But we just needed 1 point to ensure our return to Europe's Premier competition for next year. And basically, it now determines what we sign next season. But yeah, Liverpool's response basically was what was shocking for us as fans. Well, let's analyze what happened in the first half because I feel like it was a game of two halves. You had Michael Carrick making one change to stand line or bring Cunha back in for Ahmad, and then named Ahmad in the substitutes. Now we began really ferocious, and that was felt inside Old Trafford from the kickoff with a positive start that almost paid off straight away because we missed a couple chances. But he now made his return known. I mean, Cunha made his return known just 6 minutes. Then put United ahead after striking the ball twice, right foot and left foot. And it deflected off Alexis McAllister or brushed Alexis McAllister and then went into the bottom right corner, sending the fans wild. Right now, Cody Gakpo as well went up the other end basically and headed wide from a decent opening just as Jeremy Frimpong crossed the ball, and the replays actually showed that Gakpo could have been offside. They were trying to kind of fight back and everything, but United had to carry that dominance, and our lead was doubled in the 16th minute. Right, Luke Shaw crossed the ball into the far post, which was netted back across goal by Bruno Fernandes, which was for something that was supposed to be an assist. And then the goalkeeper, Freddie Woodman, could only parry his header into the midriff of Benjamin Sesko, which was enough to take it over the line for the second goal, where he celebrated after scoring, right? But then VAR had to look at it, and there was an exhaustive check, and they were trying to pick out whether he touched it with his hand, and there was the whole debate. I'm like, why are you guys micro checking this? Because it kind of takes away the joy of the game. But one thing I gotta say is that the team really performed well. I'm not going to come here and say I did, because especially only in the first half, if I'm going to say that. Reason I say this is because I sometimes watch the game in the moment and I can give you my perfect reaction. But if I watch the game outside the moment, like when I went to rewatch this game, I will be able to tell you that, okay, without the pressure and the tension, you already know the scoreline, but you want to see how the team played. You can tell that the team really delivered. And I would say it's because of the fact that it was a big game and all of that. Now, Cody Gakpo, like he did in the first game, I mean, he's the only one person who has scored against Man United in the last couple of days, and all his goals or most of his goals have come against Man United. He shot one right foot wide on to kind of put St. Lomans on alert. Well, obviously, every time Man United went forward, we seemed to be more dangerous. We seemed to be sharper, and we could have had one in 25 minutes when Bruno Fernandes was a whisker away from doing so. With Diogo Dalot surging through the middle to tee up Brian Mbumo to tee up Brian Mbumo, who crossed it, but his center smashed it just wide off the half volley by Bruno. Bruno just smashed it wide on his right, bottom right. Gravenberch also went and attacked St. Lomans with a shot, while Casemiro also drew a save from Woodman from the offside position in the closing moments of the half as we entered, the interval in the lead, 2-0 lead. But the second half was really tough. And why I'll say this is because they came out quick and firing, and obviously Sesko was pushed off the rails in the first half, so I think it was limping. They brought on Ahmad and took off Sesko, and Ahmad went to the right, and I think Mbumo went central and Cunha stayed on the left. So all that kind of changed the way even though I wanted Ahmad, and I saw a lot of fans complaining that why didn't they bring Xerxes? And I felt, yeah, that was a valid point to know that if why didn't they bring Xerxes in as we needed a striker? But it is what it is. Xerxes came on to play like 6 minutes, but yeah, that's by the way. Ahmad made a misplaced pass. Szoboszlai attacked us and scored. And then obviously Sanalamas made another misplaced pass, and basically Cody Gakpo got the chance with an assist from Szoboszlai to score against Man United. So it felt like, you know what, we're going to lose this game. But United actually just came back, literally trying to find ways to control the game, even though we didn't have all the possession and everything. And then from multiple opportunities, it was good that we could managed to score. Liverpool continued to apply their pressure, with St. Lamans actually basically making crucial saves. And it was a moment of brilliance from Kobbie Mainoo that actually proved decisive. I got to give credit to Kobbie Mainoo, because Kobbie Mainoo is somebody that I've criticized, but obviously I've praised when he's had good games. Anytime he has a good game, I always praise him. I always say, oh, he turned up today. Against Chelsea, I didn't like the performance because I felt that the performance was more of very slow paced and all. But Kobbie Mainoo got stuck in today, and he got stuck in against Brentford as well. So gotta give him credit for that. Even though I'll say, oh, Brentford basically didn't score on us, or they were not potent enough or lethal enough to finish Man United off, but we came up with the win, and that is what it is. And I think some fans are moving towards the results-based mentality than just the performance. And I'm going to say this: there are only the games that we've performed really well are few and far between. When I watched this game, it just was reminiscent of when we go play Liverpool and how tough it is and how difficult it is for Man United to actually break Liverpool. But at this point in time, we were able to do it. And obviously, Mainoo's goal was fantastic. And it was basically as a result of a clearance from McAllister that fell short of the edge of the box, and Mainoo just beat Soboslai to the ball with a side foot effort that guided the wonderful low effort to the bottom right corner of the net. And obviously, Stretford End was kind of sent in an overdrive. Right now, just to kind of look at like the stats of the game. We'll wrap it up with the stats of the game, and the next video you're going to be watching is the player rating. So we'll go with the stats. Based on stats overall, Man United finished the game with a 37% ball possession to 63% ball possession for Liverpool. In the first half, we finished with 38% ball possession, while Liverpool had 62. In the second half, we finished with 37% ball possession, while Liverpool had 63, and overall 37-63. Total shots, we had more shots, 18 to Liverpool's 13. We had more shots on target, 6 to Liverpool's 5. And we had 3 big chances. Liverpool had 1, 2 big chances missed. Man United, Liverpool didn't miss a big chance. We had 287 successful passes, while Liverpool had 541. So kind of almost double what we had in successful passes or accurate passes. 79% for us, 88% for Liverpool. Liverpool committed 11 fouls, we committed 12, 3 corners for United, 2 for Liverpool, and I think we scored from one of the corners. Apart from that, on the XG front, we smashed them in the XGs. 2.34 in XG expected goals to 0.88. And then XG open play 1.87 to 0.83. XG set play 0.47 to 0.05. And XG non-penalty 2.34. Man United smashed them to 0.88. And then XG on target, we have 2.17 to 1.19. And like I said, overall, Liverpool had more than double our passes, or almost double our passes, 613 passes, while Man United had 342. So we did more of like the defending and all of that, sit back and counter and stuff. But the performance for the sit back and counter is good. But the question that most fans like to ask is it sustainable? I don't know. For all of us, we might just have to just accept where we are, and basically appreciate a good thing when we see it. So yeah, what do you guys think about the game? I think I would say overall I enjoyed the game, but I'll say that overall I enjoyed the game, but what happens when we play against lower teams? Overall, Michael Carrick has beaten basically anybody in the top 6 since he joined, right? That is an amazing stat, right? To look at if you want to judge the game. Just to give you the statement results for Michael Carrick data debrief before we kind of wrap it up. Man United, Michael Carrick is the only 6th manager and the first from England to win 8 or more of his first 9 home games in the competition, and the first since Antonio Conte with Chelsea in 2016-2017, also 8 to over 9. That's 8 from 9. After 14 minutes, it was the earliest that they had ever gone 2-0 up in the Premier League match, match against Liverpool. The previous fastest was 18 minutes in September 1999. It was also the earliest that the Reds have been 2-0 up, 2-0 down. That's Liverpool Reds in any Premier League game since February 2023 against Wolves in 12 minutes, right? And the Slots team fought back to 2-2 at the end of one point at 2-2, and at one point United's remarkable run of not losing a home league game when leading at halftime, which now stands at 399 matches, was under threat. I didn't even remember that we had that going. When we go up, we don't lose, and it's been 399 games since that happened. But Mainoo's first Premier League goal, Mainoo's first Premier League goal in 718 days versus Newcastle United in May 2024 clinched the victory, sealing United's first Premier League double over Liverpool since 2015-2016. So, yeah, it was. It's been a good game overall, and all of that. But what did you guys think about the game? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. The next video you're going to be seeing in the next couple of hours is the player rating show, which will analyze each player, what they did, their heat map, and everything in between, and then we can start to basically do other things. I think you see player ratings. You're also going to see the takeaway show, and then you're going to see most likely tactical analysis, and then after that, I think we'll start working towards the match preview for the next game against Sunderland. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as relates to all things Manchester United. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye, and God bless.